And so they're going to try to stage and provocateur events to demonize us so the American people don't get together because they're gearing up for their total financial collapse. They think they're going to be able to win, but I'm seeing the confidence drain out of their eyes, drain out of their faces, and just bleed out of their spirit. They are losing the initiative.
Well, of course, the big danger is like a cornered rat. That's when they become more dangerous in some way, especially really be on our toes. But a good sign is like I got an article, an interview with Common Dreams that's coming out, and also the one that just came out with Raw Story. So there are some people on the so-called political left who are starting to reach out to people like me and like you on the so-called right and trying to find that common ground. Because they understand what's going on. They look at the banksters and what they did during the Obama administration and the Bush administration. They understand that nothing's really changed.
Yeah, I mean, actually, a lot of neocons are praising Obama for wars, torture, secret arrests, military tribunals. So I tell Democrats, I mean, if you like Obama, you should absolutely love Bush.
Right. And it's no surprise that neocons don't like us at all either. I mean, it's sort of like John Yoo certainly is not going to be happy about Oath Keepers.
Well, stay there. Got a break with Stewart Rhodes, oathkeepers.org. Going back, and then we're going to get a few calls in here with Stewart Rhodes, who's on a short vacation. We appreciate him taking time out with us. He's joining us via cell phone from a camp out. Well, that sounds extreme, doesn't it? Evil campers. We've got to watch them. You were going to make a point about reaching out more to the military, staying on mission. You were telling me how they're trying to infiltrate you guys off air, how they're trying to set you up, but it's not going to work. Staying on mission. Tell us about the billboard.
Well, we want to focus in right on the Combat Brigade at Fort Stewart, Georgia, which has been the one attached to Northcom for the 3rd Infantry Division. And so we're going to put a billboard up in front of their headquarters, in front of their base, that this is honor your oath or remember your oath, and point them to our website. When they go there, we're going to have an online Oath Keepers University they can plug into and just learn all the no-nonsense stuff they should have learned in high school. They should have learned from their command, but they're not being taught. State sovereignty, respect for the Bill of Rights, the fundamental structure of our constitutional republic.
And that billboard will get media attention. It'll get all the troops talking about it. It'll get a dialogue with the officers talking about it. And all of you as listeners who have friends, family, neighbors who are in the armed services or who are police officers, you are in a key position to reach out to them and educate them with films like Police State 4, The Rise of FEMA, that documents and proves just how evil this globalist takeover is and how they plan to use the police and military to carry this out. Before we go to calls, one other point. We need a public, above-board group that's mainstream and just calls for the Bill of Rights and Constitution and defense of the Republic against gun confiscation to just educate the military. And the feds hate that. That's why they're trying to infiltrate you, trying to radicalize you. If people want to be secretive and individual, that's good. But we also need a public arm to reach out and educate people. And that's just the way it historically works. That's the winning combination. And so I just commend you, Stewart Rhodes, for staying on message, and that's why the system is so scared of you.
Well, that's the thing, is we're disciplined enough that they have to go and stuff up about us because we're not making it easy for them to attack us. We're doing this we possibly can. I mean, I make mistakes once in a while, but I do my best to get back on mission and focus on the current serving. And if they do what's right, then we will win. So they can't do it without.
Well, they don't want it to be they don't want it to be mainstream, to be constitutional and Bill of Rights and mom and apple pie. They want to make it dirty and secretive so they can tell the public, "Oh, look, this is secretive."
That's right. That's why they attacked Judge Napolitano. I mean, here's a guy as straight-laced as you can get, a judge, well-respected judge. For years he criticized Bush, he criticized Obama. He's a pure constitutionalist, and yet he's on the hit list for something probably lost that. It's absurd.
Yeah, they're really discrediting themselves. Let's talk to Bev in Canada. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for taking my call. We love you up here in Canada. I'm Canadian. My father's American, who served 2 tours in Vietnam. I'm wondering, why can we not, we can't force these people to the billboard, but we can reach out with recordings from Oath Keepers. why can Oath Keepers not record for us a good copy recording for playing for officers and soldiers saying their oaths so that we can continuously play this during peaceful protests at the G8, the SPC?
Well, ma'am, the extra on Fall the Republic is the Oath Keepers giving the oath and explaining it in what, a little 15-minute video. And they do have videos that I've seen where they're reciting the oath and the code. Don't you, Stewart?
We do have some, but she's definitely right. It's a very powerful medium, and we want to get more video testimonials. So I do encourage people to, throw it up on YouTube, make one.
Well, listen. I mean, I can do it tomorrow. I can, read in a broadcaster voice the Declaration of Orders we will not obey. I can read that and then put, say, drum beat music to it. I mean, again, this is a team effort. This is not top down, right, Stewart?
Absolutely not. And we would really want, though, is I think she's talking about veterans and current serving talking about their oath and pledging themselves and reaffirming their oath.
What exactly are you saying, ma'am?
We need to remind the officers on the line that are bashing their shields towards us what their oaths really are pertaining to. It's not for these corporations or the government. It's pertaining to we the people, regardless of if we're in the U.S. or if we're in Canada.
No, I know, but specifically what are you calling for? I mean, are you saying a recording that can be played at events of the oath? What are you saying?
Yeah, well, they're hitting us with sound waves. Why don't we retaliate with hitting them with what our rights are, what they made an oath towards us?
Well, Luke Radowski did do that in Pittsburgh, and he got arrested, and so did Rob Dew for no reason. And those police, when they were going into even the university and attacking peaceful groups of people and attacking old ladies with police dogs, you've seen that footage, Stewart. Do you think that was a violation of the military and police oath, that what you saw in Pittsburgh?
Absolutely. And Luke did a great job. I mean, he's one of our forum users, and he did a great job of trying to do that. But it's tough to do that on the spot. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but our goal is to reach them before they're suited up and before they're put in that mindset. We want to reach them before they're out there on the line.
Yep.
But everyone's got to do their fight their own way. And so she's more than welcome to give that tactic a try, and Luke did his best. So I'm not knocking it.
Absolutely. He just peacefully, with a bullhorn, as they were beating people, said, please follow your oath, so they arrested him and then tortured him at a military facility. They took him to an old prison run with the military and beat him up and tortured him. Let's go ahead and talk to General in California. You're on the air. Go ahead. Okay, he just dropped off. Cliff in Kansas. You're on the air with Stewart Rhodes of oathkeepers.org. Go ahead, Cliff.
Yeah, I just want to make a couple statements, basically. I do appreciate you guys and what you're doing. I think a lot of what is happening too, I live here in Little Oak, Kansas, and we're starting to see a lot more of the police state stuff going on, and then of course trying to educate people on that. I really appreciate you guys giving us your hard work and stuff, and we take your stuff and give it out to people. But it kind of blows my mind how people, even people that are supposed Christians and in the military and stuff like that, they've really worked hard at brainwashing these people. You think you're overcoming years of propaganda machine working hard on these people, and my family, they're kind of starting to really open up to a lot of this stuff. But
well, it takes time. And listen to this, Cliff. Again, you plant the seeds, and then when they see the tyranny later, they will sprout. Don't expect an immediate response. In fact, and I appreciate your call, Cliff. Going back to Stewart Rhodes, your comment on that, Stewart.
Well, absolutely. I mean, he's right. It's been a long time conditioning, and it is definitely difficult to counter it. But you got to do something, and it is making an effect. I mean, I know it's making an effect. Otherwise, you wouldn't be attacking me. And you're having an effect. All of us working together, we are having an effect. And given enough time, we will win. And they know that. That's why they're worried. That's why they're pulling out every dirty trick they possibly can to shut us down. But I don't think it's going to succeed.
Well, they're like chickens with their heads cut off. I mean, I don't even watch much TV, but I'll be at my parents' house or my grandma's. They got the TV on. I randomly turn the TV on this weekend. All they talk about is demonizing Americans that want freedom, demonizing Americans that want liberty. I've talked to so many military people and police in these briefings when they specifically demonize me by name. and you know, say I'm the worst and the most dangerous and that I want them dead and I hate them. Well, the military and police then go and actually hear what I have to say. So I also see their demonization backfiring, Stewart.